Welcome to Stepdads. I'm your host, Preston Tompkins. Zach? Zach? Just kidding. He's not here this week. Update, folks. I'm sick. I don't know if I have COVID or not because I can't buy a test anywhere. And I tried to sign up for a test, and the first available test I could get was next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So because we live in a great country, Zach and I are not meeting up this week to do a podcast together out of an abundance of caution. But here's the thing. On episode 1, we said our motto is we're not your first choice, but we're always going to be there for you because we're your stepdads. So we're going to still release an episode this week. And as a special gift for New Year's, we are going to release the Serial Killers Nerd Roast that Zach and I did January of 2020. It was the last Nerd Roast we did before everything shut down. Basically, comedians dressed up as famous serial killers and did roast-style jokes with each other. It was a blast. And the reason why we're releasing a Nerd Roast as an episode is because Zach and I just launched a Patreon. Hell yeah, it's $5 a month. And what you get with that is you get access to our hour-long video specials of Nerd Roast that we're going to be filming in 2022. To start off, we posted the video of the Superman Nerd Roast that we did in 2021, filmed at the Comedy Fort up in Fort Collins. So if you sign up for a Patreon today, you already have access to that. On top of that, you'll get a shout out on the podcast and you'll get access to our episode a day before it releases on Monday. So yeah, that's it. We might post more stuff on our Patreon, but as of right now, we just mainly want to give you folks our Nerd Roast. It's one of Zach and I's favorite things to do. So for this episode, as I said, we're going to be releasing Serial Killer Nerd Roast. But before we get to the roast, we asked you folks to post roast reviews on our Apple Podcast site, and boy, did you deliver. And on top of that, we got a couple on Twitter too. But first, to start off, to follow up on our Patreon, we have one Patreon person so far, Mike Perry. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for signing up. We're going to get Mike Perry on an episode soon because he did a lot of roast shows in Omaha with us, and he is so goddamn funny. He loves to make fun of me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm not kidding from the bottom of my heart. It's one of my favorite things. I love you, Mike. Thank you so much. So here's a roast review that Mike Perry left on Apple Podcasts. Title says, "Finally. What this country really lacked was a podcast hosted by two white male comedians. Well, we finally gotten the thing we've all been pining for. And to really top it off, it's hosted by the comedy equivalent of Guy Fieri's cousin and the personification of drinking orange juice immediately after brushing your teeth. Obligatory USA chant." Thank you so much, Mike. Our next roast review is, the username is OSnapLA. I know her real name. I don't know if she's okay with me saying her name on the podcast, but she knows who she is. She's a friend of Zach and I's. The title of this roast review says, "Stepdads. The hilarity makes up for the serious lack of horse deworming medicine talk. 9 out of 10. Would let them date my mom just so I could scream, 'You're not my real dad,' whenever they spoke to me." Thank you so much, OSnapLA. The third roast review, Silk Robes and Kimonos. Silk Robes and Kimonos? Sorry, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and I can't believe I misspelled that or missaid that. Silk Robes and Kimonos. I would listen to these guys over Joe Rogan, but not Malcolm Gladwell. Now, full disclosure, I am not smart enough to know how this is a roast, but I'm just going to say it. Thank you so much. And shout out to Hookem for Davis, who left that review. Thank you so much. We got a couple Twitter ones. These ones are great. It's by @theopmg. He doesn't have his real name on his Twitter, but he knows who he is. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for leaving these. First one is, "Hey, Zach Reiner, I'm catching up on Stepdads, and Preston Tompkins' shoe size is how I know he plays bass in a Puddle of Mud tribute band called Puddle of Ranch." Oh, God, that's so goddamn funny. And then the follow-up one to that, he sent us yesterday. "Zach Reiner, one more Stepdads episode that I'm caught up. Also, Preston Tompkins' shoe size is how you know he can name and rank all 20 types of Mountain Dew. And, and if you know me personally, that is probably the most accurate roast I've gotten in a long time. It used to be Mountain Dew Boy. So there you have it. There's our roast reviews. Please leave a roast review on Apple Podcasts, Twitter, DM us, whatever you want, and we'll read it on the podcast. Do what these folks did. It was so funny. So thank you and shout out to you guys. All right. Without further ado, we are going to get over to the serial killer nerd roast. If you like this episode, I would recommend signing up for our Patreon because this is the format that the videos are going to be. Now, I only have audio from this. We didn't actually video record it. I just recorded it on my phone. So the audio quality is not that the best, but you still get to hear jokes. And I think that's good for a New Year's treat for you guys. So sign up at patreon.com/stepdadscomedy. Follow us on Instagram, rate and review. We love you. Happy New Year. And here we go.
Yeah, you don't
All right, it's fine. Welcome to Rocksteady, everybody! We're your hosts, Preston and Zach. This is the Nerd Roast. Feel free to talk into the microphone, Zach.
I don't do that. It's basically, it's how every roast you've ever seen on Comedy Central, but...
Hey, there we go! Hey, real quick, give it up for Jeremy Peischer, everybody. Bartenders. Make sure to tip them well. They're slinging drinks, giving us food.
Tip them well, or else we have serial killers.
They'll fucking kill you. We'll do it. Ed Gein's a little thirsty right now, so he'll come after you. Also, give it up for our sponsors, everybody. We don't have them. We're still waiting on fucking calls. Arby's is not returning my tweets. I don't know what's happening. It's bullshit.
PBR, nothing.
Assholes. So this is the Nerd Roast. So here's the deal. Denver comedians are real sensitive, so we decided, fuck it, we're not going to have comedians roast each other anymore. So tonight, we brought you your favorite serial killers to roast each other. Are you guys into that shit? You into that? Yeah. Awesome. So we're going to be roasting them. They're going to be roasting each other. So let's fucking do this. Let's bring up our serial killers. Everybody, let's welcome the Zodiac Killer, everybody. Hell yeah. Who else we got? Let's get up H.H. Holmes, everybody.
H.H. Holmes.
Oh, good
how dapper he is.
It's already a shit show.
Let's give it up for Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper, everybody! Fancy as hell.
He's got that top hat.
He's got that top hat. Ladies and gentlemen, Aileen Wuornos, everybody! Oh, God, holy shit. All right. This was a bad idea.
He's already fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Dahmer! He's ready for, oh God, ready for gym class.
Of course he's one of those guys that wears shorts in winter.
Fucking asshole. Shorts, look at my calves. Hey, we got BTK, everybody.
BTK!
Oh boy, he is too horny already. All right, we got Ted Bundy, everybody!
Ted Bundy! He's, all right.
Ted Bundy's had a rough couple of years.
Looks like he's finishing a bachelor party.
Get as close as possible, Ted. All right. Oh, shit. We got Ed Gein, everybody. Ed Gein. Ed Gein, his mom is sadly not in the audience tonight.
The all black plain hat usually means CIA agent or serial killer.
Yeah, or serial killer. Last but certainly not least, oh my God, John Wayne Gacy.
Are you down to clown?
He just got a boy. Oh my God. If that boy's not up here the whole night, I'm going to be pissed. Oh my God. Well, this is already a shit show. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a roast. You might hear some offensive jokes. Don't be too alarmed. They're just jokes about serial killers, so we're not making fun of anybody cool. So don't worry. I'll start. If Jeffrey Dahmer had a TV show, it would be called Diners, Dives, and Dicks. Fuck you, that was great. That was amazing.
If Jeffrey Dahmer had a son, do you think he'd be like, my dad could eat up your dad?
A lot of these killers had movies based on them. Ed Gein had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Aileen Wuornos had The Monster. And Jeffrey Dahmer had How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Porn and food porn are the exact same thing for Jeffrey Dahmer.
Aileen Wuornos was a prostitute, and she killed all of her victims with a gun, which is ironic because after having sex with Aileen, they all were going to shoot themselves in the head anyways. So, does someone owe for a serial killer?
Zodiac Killer, we get it, you love puzzles. You know who else loves puzzles? Me and one and every 53 other children. It's called autism.
Oh boy. We got the meats is both the slogans for Arby's and Jeffrey Dahmer.
The other day I was going to go get lunch with Jeffrey Dahmer, and I was like, you want to get some Chick-fil-A? And he's like, I'd rather get some dude filet.
Ted Bundy is the reason pocket pussies were invented. Fuck you. It's going to get worse.
I think H.H. Holmes would have been a great episode of MTV Cribs. Like, not only is this where the magic happens, it is also where the tragic happens. All right.
All right, I don't think you guys are going to like this one. John Wayne Gacy answered the age-old question, how many kid dicks can you fit into a clown's asshole?
All right.
I'm upset at all of you right now.
One way in that Ted Bundy in college... okay, I'm going to restart this.
Restart that. We got this. We've had a couple
One way in that Ted Bundy and student loans are similar is that they love burying college kids. It's an amazing joke. I should have got a
BTK stands for bind, torture, kill, and honestly, we got to stop kink shaming him. I'm fucking out. You guys don't like me.
That's our opening, guys.
You guys ready for the first game? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Zodiac Killer!
It's me, Zodiac. I'm a woman. Are you surprised? Probably shouldn't be. I spoke all in code, just like a woman. Not just say what they fucking mean, right? Also, I'm a serial killer. I'm not a good feminist, so just accept that. Also, why not a woman, huh? I'm not that different from all the rest of these guys up here. Sorry, Aileen, no one knows who you are. So either, because you don't count. But not that different from the rest of them. It's not like they're exactly known for their huge dicks. Kind of the opposite. Also, tits are the easiest part of the body to hide, right, Eddie? Crazy ass. Somebody's a fan. Oh yeah. I mean, creepy. Also, somebody's gonna make a joke later about Zodiac, of course, being a woman because of astrology or whatever, and those people are a hack. Not the fun kind. But, I got away with it pretty easily. I just told people the wrong pronoun, and they just accepted it. Anybody can do that these days, but I was the first. Again, I'm a serial killer. Did you expect me to be woke? Cereal isn't the breakfast kind. Pretty easy to hide as a woman in the 60s too, or now. It's really easy. Here, I'll show you. Now you see me. Now you don't. Where'd I go? Disappearing woman. Crazy. Also, I can't see you in these. They are real and they are my prescription, but I'm also wearing contacts because I'm a huge fan of Overkill. Serial killer pun. Also, I am wearing so many layers tonight. I wanted to look nice. Typical woman, just couldn't decide what to wear. And also typical serial killer, couldn't feel comfortable in my own skin. Do to feel like a bit like I'm wearing a hat on a hat, you know? It's just, I know usually, or a skull is a skull, on a skull, as it's called in the business. And I don't actually wear capes, you know? Not all heroes wear capes. But I wanted to look nice. I borrowed the shirt from, from your boyfriend. Did you think you were her boyfriend? Now you are. Killed her first choice. Oh yeah, I have some goodies for you guys. I brought some merch. You guys want some merch? Are you a fan? Got fucking buttons, and you better wear them. All right? Wear my buttons. Also, a cup. All right, it's no more evil than the regular logo. Pass them around. Buttons. Some of them are different than the others. Don't read into that. It's probably fine. It doesn't mean anything. You get a broken one. You're gonna be fine. Some stickers. Fucking wear my buttons. God damn it. There you go. Wear 'em. Alright, also this. Anybody want this? It's got some word searches in it. Do read into this. It's got my true identity. Also, nice picture of Gacy somewhere in it. There he is. So that's for you. Because you hate this. And you also kind of look like a serial killer. No, I'm sorry. Alright. Anyway, that's enough about me. Are you wearing the buttons? Fucking wear them. Alright. We'll be very disappointed. Good. You get to live. There's other serial killers here, though. I guess I should talk about them. Personally, I don't think serial killers count if you catch them, which is also Jack the Ripper's stance on STDs. Kind of had to be. Nothing could catch him but syphilis. Well, Jackie couldn't get caught, though. He was the biggest mystery in the history of Britain until Brexit came along. Just a good old-fashioned, whole weird... Never mind, words are hard. I'm very good at writing, though. Then there's Aileen, just the American female remake of Jack the Ripper. Because anything England can do, America can do backward. Kidding, I'm a proud American. Check my hat out. Who wants my hat?
I'll take your hat.
Sorry if I hurt you, but at least you're still alive. Alright. Are you okay? You're wearing my buttons? You're wearing my buttons? Good. If you don't, does anybody remember what I said would happen if you didn't wear my buttons? Do you? Just find me a nice school bus and pick off the kitties as they come down tonight. Which is a practice Aileen knows all about, right? Just bounce them out and pick them off. Aileen's mostly known for killing men, but like Jack the Ripper, she did a lot of murdering in alleys too. That's an abortion joke, tight. It is. Gacy is here. Just a clown who likes to touch kids. Should have been a musician. Would have gotten away with it. H.H. Holmes is here. Honestly, I just thought you were one of Gacy's victims. You are. Tiny little guy. Heard you were a bigamist and didn't know what that meant, but after seeing you in person, I know it's clearly not what it sounds like, so that's fun. 9 of the people Holmes claimed to have killed are still alive, or probably not anymore. This is just like a dude, right? To be like, nah, I for sure finished her off. The woman's just standing there fully clothed, fucking what? You got a drinking problem, dude. Holmes for sure had whiskey dick, though, right? Dahmer, meanwhile, had whiskey dicks. Dicks to stir his whiskey with. Dahmer also gave his victims lobotomies. He actually made a breakthrough in the field. He was the first person who didn't have to use his hands to do it. He just talked to them, and then they did it to themselves. Unfortunately, no one knew about it because he wasn't the first serial killer to yell out, "Look, Mom, no hands!" Ted Bundy is here. Hey, Teddy, good job getting famous. You know, it's cooler getting away with it. That just drives you crazy that the one who got away is a woman. Also, Ted Bundy was described as a charming, articulate, and intelligent man. The key word there is was. As you'll soon find out. BTK is here. Not impressed at all by you. You killed people in Kansas. Haven't said the punchline yet. All your victims had already given up on life. BTK, I heard you hung a kid. Gnarly. You should talk to Aileen, though. I mean, you shouldn't exactly hang kids, but a hanger was involved. It's another abortion joke. Also, you have the stupidest name ever. Bind, torture, kill. It's like your name is what you do. I feel like he just like yells it out when he kills people, like a retarded Pikachu. Again, I'm a serial killer. I'm gonna say retarded. There are some words I won't say though. I'm not a racist. Don't worry about it. All right. Monster, but I'm not the president, so... BTK is also known for his poetry. Everyone makes fun of it, but I found one that's not so bad, so I'm going to read it real quick. I think you guys will like it. In your sun I know I'll drown, so I rise when it goes down. In all my years I am so old, yet I'll never feel your cold. Your punctured skin are signs you're dead, but that to me means I'm fed. It goes on like that for a while, and it's not that bad, right? I'm kidding. It is much better than his poetry. It is a poem called Vampire from a website called Hello Poetry. You're garbage with words. You're worse with words than the host, Zach. And I'm pretty sure that guy is retarded. Okay. And Gein is here. Hi. God, you're creeping behind me. Eddie believed that he had the power to raise the dead, yet he couldn't raise his own dick. Cool. I feel like Eddie was one of those misunderstood men, you know, that just got kind of a hard rap. Like, they found a woman's head in a bag in Ed's basement. So I think, you know, he's just some poor innocent guy who just took that whole, like, butterface thing one step too far. You know, like, because it's fine to put a woman's head in a bag if it's still in her body, right? The serial killer. Ed was famously known as a mama's boy, though, so I do have one last crime to admit to. I wrote my last letter. Here it is. Dear editor. That's a pun. You guys didn't like it. I'll kill you later for it. This is the woman who did what you could never do and fucked your mother. To prove I fucked her, I'll tell you details only myself and your mother would know. 1, the brand of the condom for the dildo was Magnum. 2, your mom is incredibly ugly. Just kidding, everyone knows that, but now I know it too well. 3, your mom didn't love you. Right, I gotta leave soon. I'm gonna have to dip out early. You know, I'm leaving early just like all these guys came. Got more dates with their moms. That's me. Give it up for your host.
The Zodiac Killer, everybody! The first human who come out to have merch instead of trophies. Holy shit. Alright, your next serial killer coming up. He is considered America's first serial killer, so he killed white women before it was cool. Give it up for Agent Holmes, everybody!
Yes, I am H.H. Holmes. Good to see you. I am maybe the only person on the stage who doesn't want to fuck his mother. So that's fun. I am including Zach and Preston in that. So that's... I did mansion. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a mansion that I built as a hotel where I would kill various guests in various ways, and then I would chop up their bodies on the 3rd floor. And if I got any of you fuckers into that room, into that mansion, we would all come so hard. Oh my God. That would be so great. BTK is here. He's looking a little rough. He looks... Are you sure BTK stands for Bind, Torture, Kill, Not Burger the King? Are you sure? The middle name is Lynn, which is half the name Linda, which is just the most bitch-made shit I've ever heard in my life. Jesus, she's a bitch-made motherfucker I hate around. I don't really have a joke for that, but I fucking hate you. I don't know, Ted Bundy is here. People always said how attractive Ted Bundy was, which is dumb because he was attractive. He was considered good-looking in a time where, like, I Am the Walrus was considered good music. That's a children's song, and you're a 7 at best. You were also your own lawyer in court, which a lot of people criticize you for, which is like, people don't know. People think that's a bad idea, but what a lot of people don't know is that it would have worked out for him. It could have made him walk if we lived in an alternate universe, but that's not the fucking dumbest thing you could do. That's really dumb. He used to kill women who looked like his ex. He used to go out for a time period and kill women who looked like his ex-girlfriend, which honestly is probably the healthiest relationship any of us have been in. So that's cool. I don't know. Hi. And Zodiac, obviously a woman, turns out. That was very surprising to me. Makes a little sense though. Never got any credit, and a bunch of men took credit for your crimes. So that's cool. That's really interesting. I don't know. Ed Gein, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you were the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. His murders were the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And his relationship with his mother is the inspiration for most relationships in Game of Thrones. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Ed Gein, like most people, most psychopaths, did not have a sense of smell, which made eating all those human butts just so much better. Like, really focus on the taste instead of anything else. Ed used to cut off women's vaginas and then wear them inside his pants around his dick, which is the first actual version of a fleshlight. People don't know that. But what even more people don't know is that the second version of the fleshlight was just a lamp he had in his house. That was cool. I think Wuornos is here. You look like you're about to tell me to get out of your swamp. That's cool. You're actually born on a leap day, which means, technically speaking, you were executed when you were 13 years old. That's very sad. Oh my God. You only had better eyebrows. I feel sorry for you. But when you were a child, people used to call you Cigarette Pig, because she would go out into the woods for cigarettes and blow boys. And it's honestly better than her current nickname, which is Cigar Whore. Alright, fuck you guys. I don't know, you just really, Aileen, I just really feel like you look like Kermit Miss Piggy's biological child. It's really fun. Enjoy that. I have to replace my mustache real fast. There we go. Alright, yes, Jack the Ripper is here. I was not aware that you were an African, I guess not American, you were born in Britain. But that's... Also, I don't lose the mustache again. It's just very, I don't know, it's just very strange that you're black. Like, this is the first time in the history the cops left a black dude alone. That's pretty insane. It's also, I don't know if you guys know this, but in Britain, in the places where you were murdering people, it was pitch black. It was fucking, you could not see anything. Some black dude coming, you don't terror, it looks like the Cheshire Cats trying to murder you. That's insane. Floating eyes like emojis trying to murder you. It's fucking nuts. Dahmer, you lived in a all-black apartment building, which definitely made them all think white people are crazy. It's just like this fucking apartment smells like bodies. I don't know what that is, but whatever. I don't know. It's very. Also, people say that you were sodomized with a broom and killed that way in prison, which is not true. Which may be the first time anyone's been disappointed to not get a whole broom shoved up their ass. I think, very upset. Oh no, and there goes my mustache. Keeping the accent though, nope, we're still doing it. John Wayne Gacy is here. He is just a fucking Kmart Pennywise. It's really cool. And I don't know if you guys know how his first victim died. And I don't want to be like a victim blamer, but I'm gonna do it, because Gacy took him home, bind him, like tied him up, give him lots of drinks, possibly drug him, then had rough sex and was like hitting him, beating him, punching him. And then he did not kill him. He went to sleep, woke up the next morning. Gacy left his room to see where the other gentleman was, and the other gentleman came at him with a knife, and then Gacy turned the knife on him and killed him. And then it turned out that guy was just making eggs. And that's his fault. If you're gonna fuck the guy, if the guy beats you up while he's fucking you on a one-night stand, leave in the morning. How about that? Just leave. You can leave. You can do that. I know you're aware. Jesus Christ. I'm making fucking breakfast. That's insane. That is bananas, alright? And Gacy also was part of the Democrats, as Bundy was part of the Republicans, which I think just goes to show what we've all known all along, which is that both sides of the aisle love murder. So that's really cool. That's what I want to do for you folks. Please give it up for Zach and Preston.
Give it up for H.H. Holmes, the original Triple H. Your next roaster, give it up as name sounds like in a Chance the Rapper album. Give it up for Jack the Ripper.
Hello, I am Jack the Ripper. You all didn't know Jack was black. It's Jack the Dog Ripper with the DA. I kill prostitutes in the streets of London. People ask me why I did it, because I was a black man living in Whitechapel. So I misunderstood though. As you know, I was a doctor. I stole uterines and genital parts to grow babies. Okay? Let's get into some gross shit. I'm supposed to be having a British accent, right? Well, no, fuck that. I'm hillbilly as fuck. Zodiac Killer left, but a Ted Cruz looking motherfucker. I person shot couples because they couldn't get any pussy, so they became the ultimate cock blocker. Wrote more letters than Anne Frank. Wearing glasses, fucking nerd. Zodiac Killer shouldn't even be on the stage with some of these legends. The news reported that the worst thing about you was your handwriting. And like astrology, nobody gives a fuck about you. Okay. H.H. Holmes, believed to be America's first serial killer. You were a pharmacist. You were the original frat bro, the way you use date rape drugs to put people to sleep. Okay. The H.H. actually stands for hey, alright? I was also a doctor in London, but I was also a battle rapper. I actually invented battle rap. And so I wrote some battle raps for the rest of these people. So you guys, if you guys hear something crazy, fucking lose your mind, okay? A lot of similes and metaphors, okay. Ted Bundy. They say you were a Sagittarius. You can't be serious. Your charm was mysterious. Not gonna lie, out of all of us, you were fucking bad. That's probably because your grandfather was your dad. Look at this. Look, this goofy ass white boy loved skiing. He broke into cars and sold shit. Never got caught fleeing. You got everybody besides me and Dahmer peeing, alright? You studied psychology in school, so you manipulated the holes with these tools. You murdered women from Florida. That's cool. You worked for the Republican Party. Your kills stunk in your house like old Havarti. Cheese. Bitch, please. You were so fucking bad, white women dyed their hair blonde. Yes. These women you didn't find fond. You're cooler than James Bond. You killed hot college girls. That's mean, but none of us would fuck Aileen. The guy who's playing you in the movie was a star of High School Musical. You got caught, I didn't, because I didn't leave in the DNA under the cuticles. Okay. Yeah, this shit's gangster, dog. Where's BTK at? BTK, alright. Your name is Dennis Rader. You weren't that good, just like the Raiders. Like Dahmer's and the others, you first tortured animals. You a weak bitch, because at least Dahmer was a cannibal. They call you B2K because you bind, torture, kill. Okay, that's cute. You took women's panties for steal. You not the real... What the fuck? Oh. Oh, okay. He worked for the Air Force because he couldn't be a Navy SEAL. Jesus. I killed to rid the earth of prostitute fever. We're not afraid of you. You were a Boy Scouts troop leader. Alright? This is not going to be that Ed Gein! Ed, my man, you fucking weirdo. Didn't get to look at women. You thought you was a hero. First serial killer in Wisconsin, but not the best. Skins and nipples, he was obsessed. You robbed bodies that were at rest. It's a rumor that you killed your brother, fucked around trying to be your mother. You only killed one person, then the other. You really ain't shit or scary, which means 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, this is fucking, I'm good. I should just do poetry. You were good with your hands, a handyman, if you will. Wearing dead old skin is a skill. But greatest killers alive? Nah, we'll pass on you like Dahmer cooking at the grill. Okay. Aileen, this is gonna be sexist as shit. Aileen! What can I say to you that hasn't been said? 7 men, you had them all dead. You saw red. 1 for each day of the week. Must have been on your period, that's bleak. You killing men was a test. Body for body, we're gonna pay you less. You also had sex with your brother when you were 11. But it's the lesbian shit that's not getting you into heaven. Can you imagine if I was like, oh yeah, you killed all those people, but that's okay, but you're 11. Okay, I'm done. One more thing. You used to hitchhike for rides, but you've been telling us lies. Giving out sex and offering blowjobs on the side. So all those guys you killed, those weren't murders, those were suicides. Alright, 2 more, hold in there, people. Hello, I just said, John Wayne Gacy. Okay, John. The killer clown, y'all. That says it all. Killed 33 boys, young men in his shack. Like his clown act attack. The smell in his place smells like bad dough. When asked if the bodies brought him joy, he said yes. Maria Kondo. This is no lie. John ran 3 Kentucky Fried Chickens. His murders weren't even the thing that got people sickened. He made the boys call him Colonel. Pulled his dick out around them like a urinal. You'll never pop with us like a colonel. He won Man of the Year in the city. So fat he had a bigger chest than Eileen's titties. Your last words were kiss my ass. That's pretty vicious. I'm gonna pass, but I'll take a biscuit. Jeffrey Dahmer, this is the last one. Anyone? Fuck, I hate this. The man, the myth, the legend. But I started killing, so you'll always be second. He used to rape people in the army. Send his ass to Iran and he'll have a party. There used to be a dance called the Dahmer, when you're like shaky and shit. Fed his neighbor a human meat sandwich with chips. You're notorious for eating folks, so you definitely ate ass. That's no joke. How you die in jail by stick and poke. Before you died, you kept your hands in jars. I'm the greatest on the stage because I got bars. Thank you guys.
Yeah! Oh shit, Jack the Ripper, everybody! I want a Dr. Seuss style book, but it's Jack the Ripper. That would be amazing. Alright, you guys ready for your next serial killer? Hell yeah! Your next serial killer gave the worst mustache rides. Give it up for BTK, everybody!
Thank you, everybody.
Give it up for all these sick fucks up here. Look at all of us. We should be really impressed with ourselves, guys. We're responsible for more innocent deaths than drone strikes up here. We're fantastic. We're very important people. We're great. We're murderers. We're rapists. We get way too much glory for what we do. We're just like professional athletes. Yeah. People like that? Yeah, dude. I tied people up, suffocated, and masturbated over their corpses, and I have more young female fans than Taylor Swift. How fucked up is that? Yeah, we're all very popular. Yeah. We'll start with Ted Bundy. Here's Ted Bundy. There's Ted Bundy. He looks terrible. Yeah. I mean, Ted Bundy was executed in 1989 and women are still fantasizing about it. Isn't that crazy? Ted Bundy, you're like The Bachelor. You're handsome and known for slowly eliminating women. Yeah. You sexy psychopath. You're like a murderous Rob Lowe. You're terrifying. People say you're the sexiest killer of all time, which isn't much of a... Which doesn't mean shit, because look, we got Ed Gein and Ted Gacy. Well, yeah, we got Ed Gein. Look at fucking Ed Gein. Congratulations, you're sexier than Ed Gein. Being the sexiest serial killer is like being the most handsome guy in the burn ward. It doesn't mean shit. Suck on that, burn ward people. Yeah. You like to lure women by wearing a cast and asking them to load furniture in your car, which makes you the two worst types of people: a murderer and people who ask you to help them move. You piece of shit. Ed Gein's here, the creepiest motherfucker ever to live. Give it up for Ed Gein, this creepy fuck. Yeah. Isn't it crazy that this stage is full of murderers and Ed Gein's the only guy who I wouldn't let get into my car? That's how creepy he is. Like if Ed Gein offered me a ride home from this show, I'd say, no, I'd rather go get drunk with John Wayne Gacy. Because you're so creepy. Ed is famous for making furniture and trophies out of dead bodies. He's like the Pier 1 imports of murder. Making shit. Yeah, there's some Pier 1 fans in here. I don't know. Okay, how about this? Ed Gein, why are you even fucking here? You only killed 2 people. You're not even a serial killer. I mean, you killed as many people as stainless steel straws. You haven't killed that many people. I mean, the Zodiac at night taunted the police. Dahmer ate flesh, and I guess making a pussy out of a lamb makes you a serial killer nowadays, but that's fine. I mean, and did I mention, people think Ed killed his brother, but that's just because they found his brother face down in a field with bruises all over his head. But we know that Ed didn't kill his brother because his brother didn't get turned into an end table. Yeah. I'm just sad that you had to do all your nasty work in the 1950s, Ed, because you would have a killer Etsy page nowadays. You would. It's like, hey, where'd you get that sundial made out of that guy's dick? Oh, I got it on Ed Gein's Etsy page. It's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. Everyone said you've inspired a lot of movies. Inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, a lot of other shit. You've inspired more movies than Spider-Man. You should be proud of yourself. Your whole thing was you tried to make a woman's suit to replace your mother, which is interesting, and that's how you inspired the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. I didn't know that shit. Well, let's get to a real murderer. Stop wasting your time with Ed Gein. H.H. Holmes is here. Yeah, he's known best for his murder castle and his stupid mustache. Yeah. Ed Gein is known as the first American serial killer, when he should be known as the first American serial killer if you don't count Native American people as people. If we're being honest with that one. Yeah. Holmes designed his own buildings with dead ends, trapdoors, and gas traps. You're like the Property Brothers if they were into murder. Yeah. I can't believe the construction people didn't see something weird when you're asking for, passageways in a crematorium. I think they're a little responsible there. When someone would disappear around Holmes, his explanation would always be, "Oh, they went out west," which is the serial equivalent to blaming a fart on a dog. Yeah, that's fine. Jack the Ripper is also here. He's a famous serial killer. Flip this page. Yeah. A lot of people think that Jack the Ripper and H.H. Holmes are the same person, but I don't think that's true because, I think they're very similar, but H.H. Holmes is a lot better than Jack the Ripper, much like The Office. The British version sucks. I don't know. I felt like that might be the most contentious joke of the night. I got some rape shit on here. People really like that Office. Yeah. Jack the Ripper never got caught, which is surprising, him being the only black guy in 1800s London. And also the only pilgrim there with that hat. Yeah. Jack, you were so good at killing people, we don't even know what you look like, but they do know you had bad teeth, because after all, you were British. And also, moving on, we wanted the world's scariest lesbian on the dais, and Rosie O'Donnell couldn't make it, so we got Aileen Wuornos. Yeah. Jack the Ripper was a murderer who killed prostitutes, and Aileen Wuornos was a prostitute who only killed Johns. Is it just me, or should we make a romantic comedy where these two crazy kids get together? And wouldn't that be hot? I'd fucking watch that, you know? Yeah. Aileen is like the WNBA. Not nearly as interesting as the men, but she's a woman, so we have to pretend to care. Yeah, Aileen had a rough childhood. She fucked more family members than Prince Harry. Wow, topical up in this bitch. You all seen the news lately? Yeah. The Zodiac Killer's not here, but I also have jokes about him/her. Fuck you, the Zodiac Killer. How about that? That is my most hated serial killer, because I wrote to the police too, but I wrote poems and cool shit. You just sent Sudoku puzzles to the police. You fucking nerd. I hate the Zodiac Killer. You're the only serial killer that made your own costume. You showed up to a lake somewhere with a hood with your own logo on the chest, like some murderous Superman. Like if they had Comic-Con back in the day, maybe you wouldn't have to go kill teens. Yeah, one of the murders that the Zodiac did was shooting some teenagers on Lover's Lane, which was a pretty big cock block, and, you killed a couple teens with a gun. It was simpler times before teenagers just killed each other with guns. Yeah. The next person I'm going to talk about is like to go by Jeffrey instead of Jeff, which surprisingly didn't make the top 10 of worst things about him. He's kind of an asshole. You might not know this about Jeffrey Dahmer, but he worked at a chocolate factory. Yeah, he's the scariest thing to ever come out of a chocolate factory right after the Oompa Loompas. As a kid, you dismembered animals in a wooded area behind your house, which goes to prove that nothing ever happens in a wooded area. While you were living in your grandma's basement, you brought some dudes back to fuck, kill, and dismember. To say that, that's kind of fucked up. At least H.H. Holmes had his own place when he did that shit. I mean, you killed a lot of people, Jeffrey. You never expressed an interest in being a police officer, but I imagine you might have been unnatural based off how much you liked killing black dudes. He did. He killed, yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer killed more black dudes than sickle cell anemia. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Jack the Ripper thought that was too far. That's funny. Yeah, man. Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment was fucked up. You had dicks all over your house, bro. It was fucking nuts. You were like some cock hoarder. It was insane. There There were more dickheads in your apartment than at an Imagine Dragons concert. Yeah. John Wayne Gacy is here. John Wayne Gacy. What a closeted homosexual you were, huh? John Wayne Gacy was so homophobic he ate his bananas sideways. Gacy fucked more young boys than pop quizzes. I knew that one of it. I don't know if pop quizzes are a thing anymore. Really, John Wayne Gacy, I wish you could have just been gay, man. I wish you were born today and you could just be who you were. Instead of being a serial killer, you could have just been out there living your best life at some gay club, getting full of dicks. So you were more airtight than a submarine. That was a very hard joke. Yeah. You know what's crazy about John Wayne Gacy? He was arrested for sodomy, got out, and ran for office. Isn't that crazy? That's the kind of thing that could only happen today if you kill Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, that's true. John Wayne Gacy was involved in politics. He was a Democrat, and which makes him have the highest body count of any Democrat, barely beating out Hillary Clinton. Yeah. Gacy wasn't alone, though. Don't forget, Ted Bundy was a Republican and campaigned for Republicans. And looking at Ted Bundy's victims, you could tell he was a Republican because he only cared about white people. Yeah. And then John Wayne Gacy, very famous for dressing up like a clown. And he liked to call himself Pogo the Clown, which we should have known he was fucking little boys. He named himself after a pole young boys jump up and down on. That's it for me. Fuck all of you.
Keep it going for BTK Patrick Scott. Alright, we're gonna keep it going now. And give it up to your next roaster, Jeffrey Dahmer!
Hey everybody, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer from you might have recognized me from the movie My Friend Dahmer, which local comedian named Earl had to quit halfway through watching because it was too relatable. Give it up for your hosts though, Zach, Preston, or don't. Zach, why is Preston here? Like, I understand why you're on the dais, they just haven't looked in the right crawl space yet. But, yeah, because Corey moved to Nebraska. Inside baseball. Preston, congratulations on losing the weight in the past year. Love all that lean muscle you have right now. Should have you over for dinner one night. A thin Preston is a little like a thin Lizzo, though. Not as funny. You said you were fair game. All right, look at this fucking dais. Thank you, BTK. You brought it up. Half of you aren't even fucking serial killers. It's like a group of teens on suicide watch. Most of you did this for the attention. Fucking bunch of Johnny Kill Latelys. Giving yourself your own nickname. Stand up and serial killing are a lot alike. If you choose your own nickname, you're probably shit at it. Anthony isn't here. A murder doesn't count the same way, like, you don't count hitting a deer with your car as hunting. Let's move on. Jack the Ripper. Serial killing's bane word. By that I mean after consideration, it's honestly not that impressive. The latest police tech was a bell that they ran. Shouldn't fucking count. You were also called the Leather Apron, but not because people thought you were a butcher, but because that was slang for condoms at the time. I mean, he was inside a lot of hookers. Boy. You mutilated women's reproductive organs, and I honestly don't think it should count as serial killing if it's also Alabama's legislature. H.H. Holmes is here, or he was. Built a murder mansion to kill people, overcompensating, honestly. Real serial killers only need something to kill. A screwdriver, a hard-on, and a will. Mumbled that up. I do appreciate the design. Laundry chute right into a furnace. Maybe replace that next time with a deep fat fryer. We'll see how it goes. Also, you owned a home so you could kill people. Okay, Boomer. Gein still sitting down. Fellow Wisconsinite, go Packers. You were less a serial killing and more serial crafting. Big fan of the home decor. Ed Gein is also the first person to ever be asked, who are you wearing? Everyone knows that when you sit on your own hand and masturbate, it's called the stranger. When you use someone else's hand to do it, it's called an Ed Gein. And when you do it so much you break your arm, it's called the Ted Bundy. How you doing, you jerk? Boy, give it up for Ted Bundy. He's seen the more insides. Alright, he's seen the insides of more sorority sisters than chlamydia. Honestly, I don't mean to lash out. I'm a bit starstruck. We should hang out after. I'm only afraid that I might lose my head. Or one of us will. I'd love to want married with children. Aileen Wuornos is here, serial killing's Regina Spektor. Mostly because only sad white girls know about you. It's sad. It's the story of a woman who just can't keep a man. Inspiration for the movie Monster. I've never seen it, but I don't think serial killing should count if it's sponsored. We got the BTK here. The Bacon Tomato Killer. You almost got caught because you left your address on one of the letters you mailed to the police. You're a suburban dad. If you really wanted to torture teenage women, you just had to tell them about your band. Zodiac left early. They made up their own code. What a nerd. Let's put him in a locker and fuck his brains. 3 out of 4 of their letters went unsolved, which some speculated because he was insane. I think it is possible she might have been the first retarded serial killer. And I think that's such a good home story, you know? Driving around the walls, California, putting down people. Okay. Thought I was going to get cut off before I could tell that joke. Bye, everybody. Welcome back, Lizzo!
Fuck you for not getting to call Lizzo. Jeffrey Dahmer, everybody! All right, your next person coming to stage. I don't know where she went. Who the fuck knows? Give it for Aileen Wuornos, everybody! Oh, dear God. What do they do? Fuck! Alright. I'm just gonna let this play out.
I'm the only serial killer that makes sense, you fucks. I wouldn't have been one if I made it to the Me Too movement. Fucking Dahmer. Where did he go? I thought you were that guy from Mad TV. I thought Dahmer was that guy. Alright, so I've been filling in my eyebrows lately, and I'm afraid they know everything. I'm Wonder Woman, and y'all are shit on this planet. I'm leaving this planet again after I'm done with this set. I know I was euthanized, and I know how you guys took me out of this world. This planet is cruel. This planet is terrible. And just when a woman gets up, you put her down literally. Like a dog, like a real bitch. I look like I got a facial every day since I was born and my eyebrows melted off. I know what I look like. Alright, everyone always says that you would never know what these guys look like, but yeah, you know I've killed someone. Maybe two. They were rapists. Alright. H.H. Holmes is here. Alright. Actually known as Herman Webster Mudgett from New Hampshire. You pussy. New Hampshire, my ass. Also known for the murder castle. Sounds like a gangbang I was in back in the day. H.H. Holmes is what happens when somebody doesn't grow up playing The Sims. Ted Bundy's here. Yep. You're like the George Bush of serial killers. Everyone knows you're no saint, man. But so you gotta stop acting like it. Also, you know, we know you're not smart. We know you're not smart. Using big words that you don't know. Oh man, no means no is not a safe word, man. Ted Bundy, he's like all the half-empty beers that I used to drink at the bar. You know, you want to take them all, but you can take all the baggage that comes with them. All right. This, alright. So I have to admit, I never learned how to read, but so I misheard y'all when you said that BTK was here, alright? So I thought you were saying B2K, one of my favorite hip-hop groups and my fuck jams for my clients. Alright? But that is a very fitting theme song for BTK, huh? You know, he likes it when the body go bump, bump, bomb, right? Bind, torture, kill, more like bind, torture, bomb, am I right? He probably tied up all those people just so they could watch him bomb at life. And as a dad. Also, nobody cares about your fucking letters, alright? The point of being a serial killer isn't getting caught, man. We got Zodiac Killer over here. Leave it to California to make a fluffy unicorn pussy bitch of a serial killer. I've had queefs that killed more people than you. I'm pretty sure it was actually just BTK the whole time as a child drawing pictures. I wouldn't be surprised if all of y'all are just the same guy actually. Like all of you guys. You know? It's like if your parents got murdered while you were playing hide and seek and they were like, I'll never be found now! You know, it's like, grow up, dude. John Wayne Gacy's here. John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer are actually both here, and they're both like the green thumbs of the serial killer community. You know what I mean? Over here composting, using every part of the animal. At least you're doing something for the world. Jeffrey Dahmer had like one too many bones, if you know what I mean. He got called boring one too many times as a kid, you know what I mean? He also, let me see, this is a new joke in his throat. What do Dahmer, Ed Gein, and Jack the Ripper all have in common? When their powers combined, they made one full person. Ed Gein is here. You're kind of cute in a fucked up way. You're like some kind of animal missing a couple of parts. I do like putting a bag over my head, so I get it. In a different way, You're like a little mama's boy, huh? That only else to make me think of one classic phrase. Your mom is so fat that she was so fat that you wore her skin. Literally. When a man loves a woman, he becomes her, is what he says when he wears his skin. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to find yourself inside a woman. I get it. Of course, I get it. Jack the Ripper's here. My last one. That's one way to imply big dick energy back in the day. You think you're so special killing ladies of the night when in your accent or whatever. Well, here in America, we're called hookers, all right? And little newsflash for you, you can't kill a hooker because we're already dead inside. Fuck y'all, I'm out of here.
Give it up for the white man, Kohen.
Good to see you all. You don't have to talk back to me, I get it. I am the original Wisconsin serial killer, me and Jeff. Hell yeah, bro. Pack winning over the San Fran team tomorrow, right? Hell yeah. Okay, moving on. All right, so I am known as a mama's boy. My mom didn't treat me so well, and I didn't treat her so well. I should explain that. She's not my real mom. I was adopted, and that really fucks with a person, all the ladies I tried to date after her, especially the last one, she reminded me exactly of my mom, in the sense that I knew I would not be going home with her. H.H. Holmes is here. He pointed out earlier correctly that I am the inventor of the fleshlight. I got a trademark on that too. But looking at H.H. Holmes, man, he's a little guy. Kind of looks like a lady. I think later I'm going to use him as my own personal fleshlight. Of course, Jeffrey Dahmer is here. Hey, Jeff, eat me. Just kidding, buddy. Jeff's from Milwaukee, of course. I just flew in from Milwaukee, and boy, are my arms... Where are my arms? Jeffrey. Yeah, that's right. Other stuff about me. I'm also, you guys might not know this, but I am Mr. July in the serial killer calendar. I'm going to be selling that as merch in the back after the show, so pick that up. That's going to be great. Let's see. All right. Mr. Dahmer. So anyway, what can you say about Mr. Dahmer here? He was known, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Jeffrey Dahmer was known as the Milwaukee Cannibal. Ironically, that's now the name of a restaurant. And they've got the best roast beef, you guys. Oh my God. The taste is, I can't quite place it. It's kind of a mystery, but it's real good. Kind of smoky. Hey Jeff, did you ever kill an athlete in your time? Yeah, did it taste a little gamey? All right. All right. Quite the catch, yeah. Good one, yeah. Hey, Jeff, you ever think about just eating some chicken? Maybe? I don't know. Don't, just... Okay, so now this is interesting. So back to H.H. Holmes for a second. I never knew who he was before this. I just assumed H.H. Holmes was just a shittier restaurant than Applebee's. I believe it. But yeah, so anyway, Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if you guys noticed. Stand up, Jeff, for a second. Let him see you. Doesn't he look like Tina from Bob's Burgers? Okay, sit back down there. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Fleshlight. I'll talk to you later. That's okay. I was reading, it says here that, so in an interview, Jeffrey was talking about how basically his sex drive just became so overwhelming that it went off the rails. He lost control. So what? One of the boyfriends said, "Eat my ass," and you just kept going. I can relate. All right. So Jeff, I'm reading your rap sheet here. Boy, it's like you got manslaughter, indecent exposure, drunk in public, sexual assault on a minor, cannibalism. This reads like an appetizer menu at the H.H. Holmes restaurant. By the way, we should stop by there after this and get a bite. All right, that's cool. I do have a question though, Jeffrey. Now, it must have, in order to get here, how did you get out of hell? Did you eat Satan's cock and, part of his shoulder? And where did you stash his head? Because there are no freezers in hell. Okay. All right. Aileen Wuornos is here? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Okay. Ooh, all right. I saw the movie Monster. I find this interesting. Charlize Theron played her in the movie Monster, and it took her 17 hours in makeup just to look like you do normally. Recently, I dug up your grave. You're kind of looking better, actually. I want to read this because this is an interesting thing. This might give us a little picture into your killing spree and all that. So there's this quote. Aileen, your last words before the jury, before you were sentenced to death, was, "Yes, I would like to say I'm sailing with the rock, Jesus. And I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus. June 6th, like the movie. Big mothership and all, me and Jesus will be back, we'll be back." So that sounds like one of those jailhouse conversions. Except not only did you find Jesus, you found bathtub crank. Which is fitting because you look like you were conceived and born in a bathtub. All right, too mean? Was that too mean? Aileen apparently killed 7 men. Wow, how does it feel to hit the serial killer glass ceiling? Female serial killers, yeah. I don't think so. Because I lived in the 40s, it was way more sexist back then. I can be a misogynist. All right. Ted Bundy's here. Man, what can you say about Ted Bundy? Other than, I don't know, man. These days, I think you're looking a little bit more like Al Bundy. Man, look at the guy. Look at him. Al Bundy right there. Speaking of that, I gotta tell you, Al, you ruined my childhood every Thursday night on ABC. Whatever. I died in 1960. How are you? I'm supposed to remember. But yeah, Ted's very interesting. He said in an interview that he never learned how to make friends. Well, Ted, I'm guessing that killing them isn't one of the ways. Here's another thing. In another interview with, you guys remember James Dobson, the Focus on the Family weirdo? They had this long interview, and in the interview, this piece of shit, this scoundrel, this rascal, he said to James Dobson that all his murderousness was because he started watching porn. Yeah, if watching porn turns you into a murderer, oh man, I would have made fleshlights out of all you sexy motherfuckers on this dance. All right. Jack the Ripper. So Jack the Ripper, he would basically, his mode of operation was he would like lurk in the shadows and then sneak up on a woman, and then he would whisper this quote in their ear, "I have the remedy to all your illnesses." Right? And then he would cut their throat. And I'm like, if he cut their throat, how do they know what you said? So, let's see, the Zodiac Killer. I don't, when I saw him, all the racist jokes were there, and I didn't want to do any of those. So I just went for a dumb joke. Okay, so, where was it? The Zodiac Killer. So, like, yeah, nobody knew who you were, and up until tonight, I just assumed it was OJ. Kind of fits, right? All right, and so we have John Wayne Gacy is here, of course. John Wayne Gacy, so basically what he would do is he would go to children's birthday parties and dress up like a clown, and then turn 33 kids into mimes. All right, so now, finally, I kind of feel like we should get back to Ted Bundy for just a second. If I can find it. Fuck it. Let's go to Preston for a second here. Preston Tompkins lost 90 pounds. Give it up for that. That's pretty tremendous. So clearly, Jeffrey Dahmer's been snacking. All right, hey, I've been Ed Gein. You guys have been fantastic. Have a good night.
Hell yeah. Jeffrey, give me one time. Make the mama proud. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the final serial killer of the night? Hell yeah. Give it up for the man of the hour, Ted Bundy.
Hey, I'm sorry when they asked me to do this. I thought they said Al Bundy. Not Ted Bundy. I'm sorry for all the people who came here. Ted Bundy. I'm Al Bundy from the show Married with Children.
Jesus Christ.
Until Pastor Ted, he's not here. Broke in on him pretty hard. I think it's pretty funny. A lot of you guys thought Ted Bundy was hot. That man killed 30 women. So hot. John Wayne Gacy. I know Gacy, I call him Gacy. Look at him. He looks like Harley Quinn on a thyroid problem. To be clear, we're not talking about a normal man. We're talking about a rib roast with face paint on it. Gacy answers the question, what if John Candy was a fan of ICP? John Gacy is so fat that when he's so fat that when he runs out of breath strangling his victims, the victims have to start strangling themselves. Gacy is so fat that he hides his victims' remains in KFC buckets. That's what John Gacy is so fat that that's not actually clown makeup, but powdered sugar. H.H. Holmes, H&M Holmes. They used to call H&M Holmes the Beast of Chicago, which also is the nickname for my wife. Holmes looks like a 10-year-old trying to buy beer for the first time. Oh, yeah? When the cops caught Ed, they found 9 vulvas in a box, which I don't understand because I don't know what to do with one vulva. But if my wife took his decoration advice, it would at least be an improvement. Aileen. Fun fact about Aileen. She got arrested in Lakewood, Colorado for drunk driving and firing a gun in the air. You know, just a normal night on Koufax. I feel bad for Aileen. They could even make a good movie for her. Also, you would think being a woman serial killer would be cool. It's just like being a female female surgeon, female doctor, a female lawyer, a female director. You know, you get half the credit. I mean, at least you could be a killer. They certainly couldn't become president. I didn't say that. Bernie Sanders said that. Jeffrey Dahmer? Jeffrey Dahmer looks like a 40-year-old trying to sneak into a... Hey, one second. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Jeffrey Dahmer looks like a 40-year-old trying to sneak into Warped Tour. Dahmer failed every college course except riflery. No surprise there. Dahmer looks like a Mormon that listened to Limp Bizkit. Still a better cook than my wife. Speaking of which, I'm up here with 8 serial killers. Still better company than my family. I'm Al Bundy. Not Ted Bundy like you were all hoping. BTK. Hey, BTK. He was a Cub Scout leader and president of his church. He also still managed to get 15 masturbation sessions in a day. I'm just gonna close out. Thank you for having Al Bundy. Sorry about the disappointment. You were thinking Ted Bundy, not old Al Bundy. It's Al Bundy Day. Jack the Ripper is from a time when capes were cool and throwing your sewage out on the street was normal. Hey Jack, the last time I saw a black guy with a top hat, Andrew Jackson was president. Thank you, people. Thank you for having me.
Give it one more time for Al Bundy over here.
That's it, baby.
Was everybody else worried about that Jack the Ripper joke? That was terrifying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to the Nerd House Serial Killers. We do this on the third Saturday. We do this on the third Saturday of every month. February 15th, we're doing 90s music. Hell yeah!
90s music is the next one.
So after this, we got karaoke, 2 bartenders. Have a great night.
stepdad.